Just letting go of your body, letting go of your breath here.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vanessa and today we're working on lizard pose, a lot of opening poses. It's going to be a little bit more fast paced, so just remember you can always pick and choose what you'd like to from the practice and work on that. I'll offer you plenty of variations. You can always challenge your practice and throw in anything you'd like to as well. Listen to your body and what it needs from this practice. Grab your blocks, have them nearby, a glass of water, and I'll meet you on your mat. We're going to get started today in a comfortable seat, so make your way onto the mat. Close your eyes once you get there and allow your palms to rest on the knees, facing up or down. Sitting as tall as you can in this shape, hugging the belly muscles in, just building some warmth within our core. And allowing you to sit a little taller. Find that lift up through the chest, draw the shoulders back and away from the ears. And then notice if you're clenching your jaw, try and release it. Allow your tongue to float. Removing tension from the space between your eyebrows, just completely relaxing the face. Tuning into our breath. How does it sound? How does it feel today? Take a few more breaths here, just finding as much stillness as we can. When you're ready, bringing the palms together at the chest, bowing the head down. We'll open our practice with one breath together. Take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Gently blink the eyes open with a couple of blinks. And bring your palms down by either side of your body. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up, lengthen up towards the sky. And as you exhale, we'll take a twist to the right. So left hand comes down on the right knee. Right fingertips behind you, and you can gaze over the right shoulder if it doesn't hurt your neck. Just keeping a long spine, lifting up through the chest, hugging the belly muscles in. Let's take one more breath. And release. Inhale, arms reaching back up. As you exhale, we'll twist over to the left side. Right hand on the left knee, left fingertips behind you. And rather than pulling on that knee to deepen your twist to the left side, really think about engaging your muscle to find a deeper twist. One more breath. Inhale, arms back up to the front. And as you exhale, we'll take the fingertips out in front of us. Now you can stay here for today, or you can walk your hands a little further into a deeper fold. Doesn't have to be your deepest fold to start. Just take it to a place where you can kind of maintain a long spine and long neck. You feel that pull on the lower back, in the low hamstrings, maybe leading a little bit into the sit bones. Every exhale takes you a little further. And then walking the hands all the way back. Inhale to sweep them up one more time, and as you exhale, we'll find our tabletop. You can gently roll over the shins or however you'd like to make your way onto all fours in our tabletop here. And shoulders above the wrists, knees hip distance apart. From here, we're gonna inhale, dip the belly down, open up through the chest, draw the shoulders back, and as you exhale, hug the belly in, rounding the spine up, tuck in the chin. Inhale, opening up for cow pose, slight bend in the elbows. Exhale for cat pose. Push the mat away, separate the shoulder blades. Inhale, opening. Exhale, hugging in. Follow your own breath. Any other movements you'd like to add in, you're welcome to. We'll do a few more rounds. You can continue with those cat cows or roll the hips from side to side. Any sort of slow movements to just warm up our spine here. Just flowing with our breath. And when you're ready, we'll just pause in our neutral flat back. From here, we're gonna step the right toes out behind us. Try and point that toe, tapping the mat. Keep the belly hugging in. From here, we'll lift up that right leg so it's parallel to the ground. Notice if your belly started to dip down into a back bend. Keep that belly hugging in. Now you can stay right here, or we're gonna add some movement. From here, tap that right toe down and use your exhale to lift that right leg back up. Inhale to tap, exhale up. Inhale, tap. Exhale up, we hold. From here, look towards your right shoulder. We're gonna try and take that knee over towards the right shoulder, kind of like a frog pose or figure four, and extend back out. Find that rotation, chest towards mat. Step the right toes down, and from here, left knee to the nose. We'll hold our plank curl for 3, 2, on 1, gently drop that left shin down, tuck in the right knee. We'll send the hips back into a quick child's pose. You can let your forehead rest down. You can release the hands towards the back of your mat. Let go of the wrists. Just one more breath. And then reaching forward, we'll shift back into our tabletop. Find your alignment, and when you're ready, we'll go right into that other side. Step the left toes back. Lifting up that left leg, you'll really feel the squeeze in the glute and the hamstring. Hug the belly in. When you're ready, inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. One more. Inhale. Exhale, we hold, looking towards the left shoulder, taking that knee towards our shoulder. Extending back. Toes curled under, back down on the mat, plank curl, right knee to the nose, holding 3, 2, now on 1, we're gonna step that right foot back into our full plank, chest parallel to the mat, shoulders above the wrist, pushing away, 1 breath in, and as you exhale, we'll find downward facing dog, sending the hips up and back. You can adjust your stance if you need to. And the feet are about hip distance or wider if that feels good. Hands are shoulder width, just pushing with all 4 corners of the palms and fingertips. Slight bend or a deep bend in the knees really helps you send that weight towards the back of the mat. And you can pedal out the legs and find some movement with your down dog if that feels good. Bending each knee in, pressing the opposite heel down, or swaying the hips from side to side. Any sort of movement just to help warm up the legs, warm up the hamstrings. Just slowing down our breath. We'll hold here for 1 more full breath. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. From here, lifting up through your heels, bend the knees and gaze forward. You can step, you can jump all the way to the front of your mat. Once you get there, half lift on your inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rolling all the way up to stand. You can roll out your wrists here as you come up vertebrae by vertebrae. And once you're standing, inhale, reach the arms up over your head. And as you exhale, take your hands through center and down by your sides. Inhale, reaching up, lift through the chest. Exhale, forward fold, lead with your chest. Half lift, lengthen on your inhale. Exhale, fold forward, hands come down, stepping back into our high plank. Take 1 breath in, and as you exhale, knees come down. Shift forward, modified chaturanga, elbows squeezing into the rib cage. Inhale, opening up through the chest, draw the shoulders back. And as you exhale, you can also use your knees to lift up and back for downward dog. That was the modified version of our vinyasa flow using our knees. You can always do that version. You can do knees up full version, or you can skip it and move right from plank into the down dog anytime it's offered. So let's take a big breath in and big breath out. On your next inhale, the right leg's gonna sweep up and back, lengthening through that right leg. Try and point your toe or flex at the ankle just for that extra muscle engagement. Maybe lift up that right leg a little higher, and as you exhale, right knee to the right elbow in plank, maybe you tap. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, stepping that foot through, take your time with it. Gently lowering down that back knee when you're ready. Knee above ankle on that right foot. We're gonna press down, and as you inhale, arms will reach up into our low lunge. So keep that press through the right foot just to keep the hips really active and that right leg active. So even if you can sink down all the way, we're keeping it all slightly lifted, hugging in the belly, drawing the shoulders back. Now you can stay like this with the arms, or we're gonna interlace our fingers, roll the palms up, and see if we can take our hands a little bit further back. Opening up through the space under the armpits. You can keep gazing forward or tilt your chin just slightly up. Keep your neck long. 1 more breath. Now as you exhale, releasing the hands back down onto the mat, maybe onto your block, sending the hips back into a half split. Walk your hands back so they're underneath the shoulders. Now if this feels really uncomfortable, definitely grab those blocks and place them underneath the palms on either side. Slight bend or a deep bend in that right leg. It doesn't have to look like this. Just try and flex your ankle and your toes towards your face. If you're feeling good, you can bend into the elbows. And take that fold a little deeper. Just notice if you kind of start to round in the spine to take it deeper, try and lengthen. Let's take 1 more breath. And then we're gonna release, lunging forward, walk the hands to the front of the mat, curl the toes under, find your low lunge as you inhale. And then we're gonna use the strength of that back leg to pop that knee up into our high lunge, holding here strong, finding our focal point, something that isn't moving. In our high lunge, right hip draws back, left hip presses forward. Keep hugging the belly in towards your spine. One more breath in, and as you exhale, runner's lunge, sweeping the arms back, leaning the chest forward, really pushing off those back toes. Inhale, arms reaching back up. Warrior two. Pivot the back heel down, open the chest to the left, long arms, strong arms. That front knee opening outwards just so you can see the big toe through that inner thigh line, really getting that stretch. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior two. And as you come back through warrior two, take your right elbow to your right thigh, left arm up and over the ear, extended side angle. Try not to rest so much weight on this right elbow to thigh. It should feel like you can release it. Open up through the chest. Now you can stay here, or if it's in your practice to do so, you can take this deeper and reach for the floor or for your block inside that right foot. Just be mindful of your hamstrings, your hips this early into the practice. Let's take one more breath. And lift back up for warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse, and as you exhale, cartwheel your hands back down towards the mat. Lift up the back heels so the toes face forward. Left hand stays down on the mat or block. Right arm sweeps up for our twisted lunge. Really reaching that right arm up. Pretend I'm pulling it all the way up towards the ceiling. Find that length. Stacking right shoulder above the left. One more breath in. And as you exhale, that right hand touches back down. We're gonna heel toe this right foot out a bit so that that hand touches down on the inside of the foot, and we'll gently drop down the back knee. Now you can stay here in your lizard. You can also grab that block, lift up a little higher, or we can open up through that right thigh, take it onto the edge of the right foot. You can gaze over your right shoulder if you'd like. And just, again, keeping this lunge a little active. So even if you can sink all the way down to the mat, try and feel that uplifting feeling in this pose. So really pushing away from your mat to open up the chest and keep it active. One more full breath. We'll close up that thigh, hands to the inside of the right foot. Curl the back toes under and then step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. So the toes are gonna face outwards. You can sit on a block if you'd like. We're gonna move into our malasana, elbows at the knees, palms come together. Just really opening up the shape. So rather than caving inwards on the feet, try and press out through the edges of your foot, the big toes, just to engage those inner arches. Open up the chest, think upward facing dog. Let's take one more breath. And from here, hands come down, lift up your hips, heel toe your feet back towards each other. Half lift on your inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rising all the way up to stand, lengthening the body, reaching the arms up. And as you exhale, find your forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Fold, exhale, hands come down, step or jump it back. One breath in, exhale, chaturanga. Use your knees if you need to. Inhale, open up through the chest. Exhale, use your core to lift up and back for down dog. Find your breath when you get there. Slow it down, find that rhythm. Big breath in and big breath out. On your next inhale, the left leg will sweep up and back. Find your three-legged dog, still pushing with all four corners of the palms. Don't forget about the arms. One breath in, and as you exhale, left knee, left elbow, plank. Inhale, sweep that leg back up, and exhale, step that foot through center. Gently drop down the back knee, and when you're ready, we inhale to lift up. So remember, you're moving at your own pace, you're following your own breath. Your practice can be slower or faster than my cues. Just holding here, pressing down through the big toe at the front of the mat, finding some nice space in the top of this right hip flexor. Now, last time we interlaced the hands and rolled the palms up. You're welcome to do that again. But this time, let's try holding opposite elbows and then pulling the elbows back a little further. You can also tilt your head up. Just take it slow. Keep your belly engaged. One more breath in. And as you exhale, release the hands down onto the mat. We're gonna move into our half split. Grab those blocks if you need to. So as you send the hips back, just notice if that left hamstring is a lot tighter than the right. Move slow, just so we don't crank it all the way back and really pull that hamstring. So just be mindful when it comes to any sort of hamstring related poses. Long spine, draw your shoulders back, flex that ankle. And again, you can take it deeper by bending into your elbows if it's in your practice to do so. Keep breathing. Hold for one more breath. And when you're ready, release, lifting up, lunging forward. Walk your hands to the front, curl the toes under. We're gonna find our low lunge first as you inhale and then pop up that right leg. So that right leg is really active as that hamstring lifts up towards the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, runner's lunge. Arms sweep back, and it should feel like you can take off into a sprint in this pose, really pushing off those back toes still. Inhale, arms reach back up. Warrior two, back heel pivots down, keeping that lunge in the front thigh without tipping forward or back. If you feel like you're doing that, just lift that bent knee up a little higher. It doesn't have to be super lunged or bent forward. From here, flip the front palm, reverse your warrior two. And as you come back through warrior two, we'll take our elbow to thigh, right arm up and over the ear. Just really trying to create as long of a line as we can on the entire right side of the body. From that right foot through our side body, shooting energy out of that right fingertips and then just opening up the chest. And again, you can take it a little further, reach for that block or for the mat if you'd like to do that. Try not to let your head rest on that left shoulder. Everything's active. One more breath. And we'll lift it back up for warrior two. Flip the front palm and reverse as you exhale. Cartwheel your hands down. Frame that left foot. Back heel lifts up, toes face forward. Right hand stays down underneath that shoulder. Left arm sweeping up for our twist. Keep using the strength of your legs as if you're gonna stand back up just to help take weight off of that right wrist. One more breath in. And as you exhale, bring that left hand back down. Heel toe the left foot out to the edge of your mat. So the hands are on the inside of that foot, and then we can gently drop that right knee down. Finding our lizard pose again, pretty deep lunge. You can stay like this, see how that feels, or you can open up the edge onto the edge of that left foot, opening up that inner thigh, gazing over the left shoulder. Remember to keep it active. So anything that's touching the mat is helping you push away from that mat. Let's hold for a couple more breaths. And slowly tucking that knee back in if it was open, hands on the inside of the foot. We'll step that right foot to the outside of the right hand again for one more malasana. Elbows at the knees, palms together, just holding here. Big breath in. And big breath out. Hands come down. Lift up your hips. Heel toe your feet back towards each other. Half lift on your inhale. Forward fold on the exhale. Inhale, rising all the way up to stand. And as you exhale, find your forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. From here, we're going to move into a quick chair pose. Bend the knees, sweep your arms forward, sitting back in your invisible chair. Thighs and feet are together if you can, but you can also do feet hip distance apart, thighs hip distance apart. Keep hugging in the low belly. One more breath in, and as you exhale, find your forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Fold, exhale, hands come down, step or jump it back. Chaturanga on that exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. And as you exhale, you can find downward facing dog, or we're going to take a quick child's pose right here.
Send the hips back. Let your head rest down on the mat. Just letting go of your body, letting go of your breath, letting go of the wrists for a moment. You can grab some water if you'd like. And when you're ready, take your time. We'll shift back through our tabletop and find our downward facing dog. Find your breath in your downward facing dog. Big breath in, big breath out. From here, the right leg's gonna lift up and back, three-legged dog. As you inhale, bend the knee and open up the hip this time. You can gaze under your right armpit, challenging your balance, just pointing that right knee up as high as we can. One more breath in, and as you exhale, right knee to the right elbow in plank. Inhale, three-legged dog. And as you exhale, we'll step that foot through center, setting up for our high lunge. Lifting up with that inhale to reach the arms up, drawing the shoulders back, just for one breath. And we'll open up into our warrior two. We've been here before, pivoting the back heel down, long arms. This time we're gonna straighten the front leg, flip the front palm, reverse our triangle.
and move into our full triangle. Right hand reaching forward, left hand back. Now you can stay here, or as you exhale, the right hand moves to the inner right shin, left arm up. You can also place that right hand on a block on that inner right shin. Slight bend or a deep bend in the knees. Opening up through the chest, that left shoulder stacking above the right. You don't have to gaze up if it hurts your neck. You can always look forward or down. One more breath. And lunging forward, lifting back up for warrior two. We'll flip the front palm again, reverse, and as you exhale, cartwheel your hands back down. Left hand stays down, right arm sweeps up. From here, we're gonna move into our side plank. You can turn onto the edges of both feet, heel toe that right one halfway. You can step the right foot in front or on top of the left, or maybe we go for a star side plank. Slight bend in the left elbow. Keep breathing. One more breath, and then we're gonna step this right foot gently behind that left leg and go into wild thing. Lifting up through the hips, right arm up and over the ear. One more breath. Now listen closely. We're gonna bring that right knee that's behind us back down towards the mat. You can move through plank first, but think about finding your plank, your high plank, and as that right knee rotates, we're just gonna bring it back down onto the mat. So we're in our tabletop with the right knee down. From here, we're simply just going to drop that left knee to the inside of the right foot. Walk your hands back. You can keep the toes curled under on that back foot or uncurl them. Now you might stay here for today, or what I like to do is kind of flick the mat away, engage the core, and then I'll take my hands to my chest. I like to call this pose a kneeling pigeon pose. I'm not really sure what to call it. Just a nice fun balance on our knees. Now, any knee sensitivities, just be mindful of this next move. We're gonna point the back toe and see if we can lift it up towards our glute. Doesn't have to happen. Just a way to challenge this posture even more. Find your focal point. One more breath. If the back toes are popped up, just bring them back down, looking down towards your mat. We'll gently reach forward using our core. Once the hands touch down, we're gonna lift up that back leg, tip forward, lifting that back leg up, and we'll do a chaturanga push-up. Maybe the chin touches the mat. Now, as you push back up, we're gonna step that foot through, that left foot to the front of the mat, curl the back toes under, lift up that back knee, walk your hands forward to the front of your mat, maybe onto a block, and we'll move into our standing split. Right leg lifting up above the head. Doesn't have to be as extreme as it sounds. You can really bend into the standing leg, like your belly's touching that thigh. Just work on lifting the right leg up as high as you can. If you grab those blocks, it'll feel more like a warrior three, and that might feel pretty good too. Try and point that toe on the right foot. We'll take one more breath. And then we're gonna try and keep balancing on this left foot. What I like to do is take that right knee to my nose and just kind of curl up into a little ball. Start to press through your left foot, and maybe that knee will start to lift up into our standing shape. Hands towards the chest. Finding our balance on that left foot with the right knee in front of us. Now you can stay here, or maybe we extend that leg out and we hold for 3, for 2, on 1, bend that knee back and tipping our weight forward into warrior 3. You might have 2 blocks set up at the front of your mat. And as you tip forward, think about lifting up that right leg higher than you think you can go. You can reach for your blocks if you have them. Chest and top of that right thigh parallel to the ground, slight bend in the standing leg. Now you can stay like this, or we're gonna start to add some movement. Remember those toe taps in the beginning? We're gonna try and do them in our warrior 3. So bending into that standing leg to tap the toes down. As you exhale, lift back up. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift, and we hold. We're gonna step the right foot to the back of the mat. So use your hands for the transition if you need to. Slowly bending into the left knee like you're gonna tap that foot down. We're gonna lean back and hopefully that foot touches down gently. Arms are gonna reach up on your inhale. Hands to the hips. Pivot the back heel down. Straighten the front leg, turn the left toes in. So we're in our wide-legged stance right now. What we're gonna do is turn the toes outwards, very similar to our malasana. From here, inhale, arms reach up. As you exhale, cactus the arms, bend the knees into your goddess squat. Inhale, lengthening, reach up. Exhale, lunging and cactus the arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, goddess. One more if you can. Inhale. And exhale. We're gonna hold this one. You can take your hands to your knees if that feels better for 3, for 2, On one, straighten the legs, turn the toes in so the feet are parallel. Hands to the hips, lift up through the chest, inhale. As you exhale, we'll find our forward fold, moving slow. Reaching for those blocks if you have them or for the mat. Once the hands touch down, lift up halfway on your inhale. And as you exhale, we can find a deeper fold. Just letting go of the head, the chest. You can walk your hands further back. You can interlace your hands behind your back or hold opposite elbows. Maybe sway from side to side. Anything that might feel good here in your wide-legged fold. And don't be afraid to bend into your knees. They shouldn't be locked all the way back. Even if you have that flexibility, that slight bend is always going to take you further, or even a deep bend in the legs. Wherever you are, just shake your head no. Nod the head yes. We'll take one more breath. And release the hands back down towards your mat. Lift up halfway on your inhale. Look towards the front of your mat. Turn your toes forward. Walk your hands forward as well. And we're just going to simply step that right foot to the front to meet the left. Half lift on your inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise it all the way up to stand. Reach the arms up. Exhale, find your fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Hands come down, step or jump it back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Find your breath in your down dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. On your next inhale, left leg sweeps up and back for three-legged dog. We're gonna bend the knee, open up the hip, gaze under that left armpit. Try and point that knee up as high as you can. One more breath. As you exhale, left knee to left elbow, plank. Inhale, regular three-legged dog. Exhale, step that foot through. High lunge. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Warrior two. Straighten the front leg, flip your front palm, reverse your triangle. And as you exhale, reaching forward, tucking into that left hip crease. When you're ready, left hand to the inner left shin, right arm sweeps up. Try and keep pressing through the edge of your right foot. So notice if it's lifting up, try and root it down through the edge of that right foot. Slight bend or deep bend in the knees, don't forget. Open up the chest and try and lengthen this left side here as much as this right side. So notice if you're kind of curving into it, we really want to lengthen both sides of the body. One more breath. And we lunge forward, lift back up for warrior two. Flip the front palm in reverse. As you exhale, cartwheel the hands down. That right hand's gonna stay down, left arm sweeps up for our twist, just setting it up for our side plank coming up. So that left shoulder's already stacking above the right. Grip down through that right hand like you're holding a basketball. When you're ready, heel toeing that left foot out. Maybe going for your full side plank, or finding that star side plank. Any variation you did on the other side. Keep breathing. One more breath. We're gonna step back into wild thing, gently stepping the left toes down behind us. Once they touch down, lift up your hips, lift up your chest. Move through those shaky points. One more breath. And then we're gonna move into tabletop with the left knee on the mat. So again, you can move through plank first and then just drop the knee down, or see if you can find that rotation. And that left knee just drops right down towards the mat. From there, the right knee drops down as well to the inside of that left foot. You can uncurl the toes, walk your hands back. So again, you can stay right here or engage your core when you're ready. Kind of flicking the mat away to lift up, hands to the chest. Keep breathing. If you did on the other side, you can see if you can point the back toes and lift them up. Just trying to take the heel as close as you can to the glute there. Keep hugging in your belly. One more breath. And drop down those right toes, reaching for the mat as gently as we can. So we don't want to just plop down. Shifting forward, lift up the back knee, lift up that right leg. We're going to do that chaturanga push up, maybe the chin taps. And as we push back up, we'll step the right foot forward, moving into our standing split. So tiptoe those fingers forward, curl the back toes, lift that left leg up above your head. Moving slow. Just working on lifting that left leg up as high as you can. Try and release your neck. So notice if you're kind of cranking the neck to look up towards the top of your mat. See if you can just release it. Look towards your ankle. Keep pressing down through the big toe on that right foot. One more breath. And then we're going to try and keep balancing on that right foot. So left knee towards the nose, which helps you round into a little ball. Slight bend in that right knee. So just when we push away, we can start to straighten that right leg with the left knee coming up It's okay if that transition didn't work, just find your balance on the right leg. Hands to chest, you can stay here. If you did on the other side, we'll extend out, holding for 3, 2, on 1, bend the knee back in, moving into warrior 3. So tipping your weight forward, keep that left leg strong as you extend it out behind you. And again, just work on lifting it up higher than you think it can go. Find your balance. It's okay if you fall out of it, just moving back in slow. We're gonna do those 3 toe taps. When you're ready, bend the right knee, tap, exhale, full warrior 3. Inhale, tap, exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, tap, exhale, lift, we hold. We're gonna step it back, but pretend you're gonna tap again. And just when that foot's about to touch down, try and lean your weight back and we'll get a further stance. Inhale, arms reach up, hands to the hips. This time we're gonna go right into our wide-legged fold. So pivot the back heel down. Turn the right toes in as you straighten that leg. Lift up through your chest as you inhale. And as you exhale, start to fold forward, reaching for your mat. Once you get there, lift up halfway, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. And again, you can walk your hands a little further back. You can hold onto your ankles, interlace your palms behind your back, or just kind of dangle. You can also bend into each knee and extend through the opposite leg. Really good warm up for Skandasana. If it's in your practice to do so, you can always go into headstand from here. But we won't be here too long, so just be mindful in your practice. And again, you can shake your head no, nod the head yes, any sort of release that might feel good here in your wide-legged fold. We'll take a couple more breaths. And slowly letting the arms go back down towards the mat. Lift up halfway on your inhale. Look towards the front of your mat again. We're gonna walk our hands forward, turn the toes forward. Step that left foot forward to meet the right. Bend into the knees so you can lift up onto your tippy toes, hands out in front of you, shoulder width apart. Now lift up your hips and find those chaturanga arms, placing the knees on the back of your triceps, tipping forward. The more you press into your fingertips like they're turning white, the more your weight comes back towards your feet. But you can also place a pillow underneath your face. Maybe you lift up one leg at a time and kind of play with your crow. Maybe both legs lift up today. I like to point my toes and bring them towards each other. Those chaturanga arms are important. Elbows drawing towards each other. Try not to let them fall out. We'll take one more breath. If it's in your practice, you can always jump back into your chaturanga. Otherwise, just step the feet down. You can flow through or just find your way right into your downward facing dog. I'll meet you there. Big breath in. And big breath out once you get there. One more. Big breath in. And big breath out. I've got one more little chunk to go. When you're ready, right leg sweeps up and back on that inhale. Now, as you exhale, very similar to move to the beginning, we're gonna look toward the right shoulder. And as you shift forward, that right knee might tap that shoulder, and then we're gonna step that foot down to the outside of the right hand. So we're back in our lizard lunge. Now from here, we're gonna keep that back knee lifted, and you might grab a block and place it underneath the left hand, because we're gonna send that left leg through eventually, and the more space you can create here, the easier that transition is. And then you can decide whether you need that block or not. So right hand's gonna reach forward, and when you're ready, we're gonna take elbow to knee 3 times. On the 4th time, that leg's gonna go through. Big breath in, exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, knee to elbow, hold, send that leg through, start to reach forward. Gently lower yourself with the strength of that left arm and come down to a seat with that right knee bent. If that didn't work out for you, it's all good. Just come down to a seat with that left leg in front of you, right knee bent. We're gonna open up that right thigh and place the sole of the foot on the inner left thigh. Left ankle flexed, arms reaching up as you inhale. And exhale, we'll find a fold. Anywhere your hands want to drop, they can just drop outside of that left leg. You can walk them forward a little. You can reach for your foot, but just notice if you're kind of cranking it to reach your foot. If you want to reach your foot and you're working on it, try bending that left knee. It might help you lengthen the spine to have enough room to reach that foot. Let's take one more breath. And slowly releasing back up. Inhale, reach the arms up. We're gonna go into a kneeling wild thing. So right hand down beside you, behind you, pressing down through that left heel, and the right knee will lift the hips up, left arm up and over the ear. Keep breathing. And as you exhale, gently sitting the hips back down. From here, we'll step the left foot to meet that right. So soles of the feet together. You can hold on to your ankles. And as you inhale, lift up through the chest. Just holding here. As you exhale, finding a fold. You can pull the elbows out into a diamond shape. It doesn't have to be your deepest fold, and if it doesn't feel good holding your ankles, just release your hands out in front of you. Just for one more breath. And then as you lift back up, we'll take our hands out behind us. Fingers can face back or to the sides, however feels good for you. We're gonna press through the edges of the feet. Now this is kind of a funky reverse tabletop, so it might not feel good. If it doesn't, just bring the hips back down. So pressing into the edge of the feet. When you're ready, we'll lift the hips up. Holding for 3. Doesn't have to be your highest lift. For 2. And on 1, gently sink the hips down. Release that sole of the foot. And just windshield wiper the knees from side to side. When you're ready, from here, still leaning back, we're gonna lift up one leg. Left leg, you can hold on to the backs of your knees, but try and keep that compression between thighs and chest. From here, you can stay or reach your hands forward into our full boat pose. Now you're welcome to hold full boat. Find that lift up through the chest, squeeze the thighs together. Or we're gonna try and roll all the way back. Make sure there's nothing behind you and you're on a cushioned surface. Hug the knees in, rolling back. And as you come back up, try and keep that compression. Find that lift up through your chest, balance. One more time if you can. Rolling all the way back, and as you come back up, we'll find our full boat pose, holding 3, 2, on 1. Crossing the shins, hands come down, step or jump it back. You can flow through your vinyasa right here, or just move right into your down dog. We've got one more side to go, and then we're gonna slow it down. Big breath in, big breath out. From here, left leg lifts up and back on that inhale, 3-legged dog. As you exhale, look to your left shoulder, shifting forward into plank, taking that leg out to the side. Maybe you tap, and then we step that foot down to the edge of that left hand. Just a little bit more of a core way to enter our lizard. So again, grab that block, place it underneath the right hand if you need to. Extend that left arm out. When you're ready, big breath in, exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, step back, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, step. Exhale, knee. Inhale, step. Here's the one. Exhale, knee to elbow. As you send that foot through, flex the ankle so it makes its way through. Use the strength of that right arm to lower down. And we'll find our seat with the right leg extended, left knee bent in, and then we'll just open up that leg. Place the sole of the foot on the inner right thigh. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, finding your fold. Try and keep that right ankle flexed, and notice what happens when you let go of the ankle. You kind of feel the knee collapse, the ankle collapse, so try and keep that flex. Slow down your breath. I'll take one more breath. And then we'll move into our kneeling wild thing. So as you inhale, reach the arms up overhead. As you exhale, left hand touches down behind you. Lift up your hips, pressing through that left shin, right heel, right arm up and over the ear. And as you exhale, gently lowering everything back down. Bring that right foot to the left. So we're back in our butterfly legs. You can hold opposite ankles again, or maybe we take our peace fingers and we wrap around the big toe. Inhale to pull open the chest. You can stay here. As you exhale, pull open the elbows, diamond them out, and you can kind of take it into a deeper fold this way. Just for a couple more breaths. And then again, we'll lift up, take our hands out behind us. We're gonna go into that reverse tabletop. Now, as you press into the edges of the feet, you can lift up the hips. If you wanna take it a little further, see if you can rotate the ankles up to take it onto your balls of the feet, almost onto the tippy toes. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. Gently lower everything down. Again, we're gonna windshield wiper the knees from side to side, just separating the feet, releasing the hips. Releasing that butterfly leg, that reverse tabletop. And then we'll do And then we'll do one more boat pose. So hands can reach forward, lifting one leg up at a time. Find your boat. If you'd like to for this last bit, you can extend up, holding for 3, for 2, keep breathing. On 1, on that exhale, start to widen your boat really slow. Low back's gonna touch down first, keep breathing. Mid back and upper back. And just let go of your body for a second onto the mat, find your breath. When you're ready, hug the knees in towards your chest, curl up into a little ball and rock from side to side, massage out the back, the glutes. And then from here, holding onto the right knee, extend the left leg out and down. Keep your left hand on the top of your left hip, and on your inhale, we'll open up that right leg, just finding an inner thigh stretch. Imagine you're standing, what this pose would feel like, very similar to that shape. Try not to let this left hip lift up, so try and keep it rooted. One more breath. And as you exhale, we'll take that knee through center and switch hands and guide this right knee all the way over to the left. You can place that knee on a block, but if this is still not feeling good, just tuck both knees together instead. Extend your right arm out and you can gaze over to the right, close your eyes. Just feeling a nice twist in the right side, a left side melting down into the mat. We'll take one more full breath. And slowly release that right knee back into the chest. Left knee back into the chest, curling up into a little ball. Again, you can massage out the back. Now we'll hold on to the left knee, extend the right leg out and down. Right hand on the top of that right hip. And as you inhale, open up that left thigh. One more breath. And back through center, switching, guiding that knee all the way over to the right side. Find your twist. Take your time with it, and when you're feeling good, extend that left arm out and you can gaze over to the left. Slow down your breath in this moment. Start to release the practice, release your body. One more full breath. And we'll slowly hug the knees back in towards our chest. From here, we're gonna move into happy baby, reaching the hands between the thighs, holding on the outer edges of the feet. You can stay there or lift the soles of the feet up and rock from side to side. Any pose you'd like to work on now is your chance. Otherwise, we'll just go into this nice happy baby and rock from side to side. Just flowing with your breath. If you're working on any other poses, moving slow, take your time. If you're in that happy baby, you might stretch out one leg, bend it back in, stretch out the other leg. Doesn't have to be super straight. And then slowly release the feet, tuck the knees back together, soles of the feet onto the mat. We'll just windshield wiper our knees from side to side one last time, just to release that happy baby. And then we can set up for our Savasana. You can stay like this with the knees bent and together, feet wide. You can extend your legs out fully if you'd like, or any other Savasana shape that might feel good. We won't be here too long, but of course you can stay for as long as you'd like to. And once you find your final resting pose, just close your eyes. Allow your body to really melt down into the mat. So again, you can stay there for as long as you'd like to. But if you're ready, trying to keep the eyes closed, just slowly making your way back. It's up into a comfortable seat. Sitting tall with the palms together at the chest. And we'll close our practice with one breath together. Exhale all the air out first. Take a deep breath in, fill your belly, your chest, lungs, rib cage. Hold it all in. And release. Thank yourself for making it to practice today, and thank you for allowing me to guide your practice. I hope you found some love, some light on the mat. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you have any comments or questions, you can always leave it down below in the comment box. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. You can also find me on Instagram. It's Asana Vanessa, so go check out my page over there. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll see you next time. Bye.